Hi folks, it's me, it's Kat again, and I'm here to talk to you about the soul some more. This is our third discussion now about the soul, and we've looked at what the soul is. We've looked at why life is easier knowing that you're not just this, and how the knowing that you're not just thisness can actually really help you navigate towards a more joyful, happy, fulfilling and purposeful life. So I wanted to bring you out here, and the reason I've had to stay in the car is that it's very windy and the sound is not playing very well. But you can still see this little bit of road behind me. And the reason I wanted to come here was that this is a perfect way of describing how the soul talks to us. Because our soul is not who we are. Our soul is more than this experience of life. Our soul is, as we've said before, the greater part of ourselves, the greater aspect of ourselves, witnessing ourselves in being. So in the being of this life, we as humans, we as like the physical form, we are here living an existence in reality in linear, solid, manifest form, and all of the fun and ups and downs and messy mixed upness that brings us. But our soul has a much wider perspective. Our soul has an overview of the more than thisness. And this is why sometimes when we're particularly in a state of crisis, when we're having a major wobble in life, and we're trying to connect to what our soul wants us to do, and we're looking for guidance, and we're looking for a way to turn, and am I going the right way, and all of that angst comes out in us. When we try to connect to our soul in those times, it can be a bit frustrating, because soul is actually from a greater perspective going, it's all okay, you're okay, you're doing great, keep going, all is well. All is well. All is well. And our humanness is going, no, it's not bloody well. But our soul, from that greater perspective of the living more than thisness, knows that whatever we're in that moment is not who we are. That is a storm, and it will come and go, and that rage will come and go, and that anxiety will come and go, and that pain will come and go, and that joy will come and go, and everything will come and go. So from our soul's perspective, there is a urging towards the simplicity of living the greatest experience that we can live in this lifetime. And in many ways letting go of the belief that the storm that we're in is who we are. But our soul is actually speaking to us all of the time, and we can listen to that in various ways. And generally the easiest way of knowing when we're out of alignment with our soul is that we know, because we feel so out of alignment. Even though we can have, like from the outside looking in, the greatest life, if we're not living in alignment with that greater aspect of ourselves, we will always feel like there's something missing. We will always feel like there's more than this. And what is it? So our soul is always saying, come this way. Our soul is always saying, this way. This way. Try this. Look at that. And it may not make sense. But we as humans want our soul to talk to us in a way that makes sense, that matches the linear, solid, manifest life that we're in. And when it doesn't, it's really damn frustrating. But when we can learn that this greatness inside of us is giving us direction, is taking us forward, is guiding us towards the greatest aspect of life that we can make in this existence, then we can learn to listen to those directions. And just like this road behind me, our soul is always saying, there's a way over here. Come this way. Come and look. Come and look. Come and look. But our humanness wants to know what is round that corner. Our humanness wants to say, but unless I know that there's something worth me going for round that corner, or that I'm going to succeed when I get there, or it's going to be better than this when I get there, or it's going to be something that I'm going to feel comfortable in when I get there, our human doesn't want us to go. Because this machine that we're sitting in right now likes us to stay in places that it knows, and that it may not even like, but it feels comfortable in what it knows right now. But our soul is always saying, come over here. Come this way. Come feel how this lights you up. Come feel this expansion. Come feel how greater you feel over this way. So we can never actually know what's round the corner. When we're listening to our soul, we are having to take leaps of courage and daring to try these tiny steps towards a greatness inside of us. And that's why it's so important we don't walk this alone. It's why it's so important that we have to gather to ourselves those who understand being led by our soul, being called by that voice inside of us that's saying, come this way. Because to most humans it makes absolutely no sense at all. But if you are in a direction where you want to live that soul-led life, that's where magic happens. That's where my work is. That's where my joy's been found. That's where all things that help you become more in alignment with who you were meant to be are to be discovered. And it's all around a corner that you don't know what's around the corner. So we have this constant fight with our humanness, because our humanness wants us to stay small and stay safe. But our soul wants us to explore, our soul wants us to adventure, our soul wants us to experience every experience in this life. Whether it's painful or joyful or anything, it is truly the experience of living. And that is the meaning of life, is the living of it. And the living the greatest adventure of it that we can. So, I lastly want to say, don't get confused between your intuition and your soul. Because your intuition is a language. Your intuition is how you translate the words of your soul. Your intuition is the greater sensing around you of different levels of resonance, of different experiences of life, of different levels of knowing and seeing and hearing and experiencing this physical life. So your intuition is not your soul, but it is a language that you can use to understand yourself more deeply, and therefore understand the whispers of, come this way, look over here, try this, feel that expansion, go try that over there, come this way. So that is my work. And if you want to explore some more, then please come over and join my Facebook group. I'll put a link when I would love for you to share some experiences with us and with delving deeper into this. But for now, I just want you to remember this road. Our soul is always calling us towards something that we can never be sure of the outcome of. And that's where we have to trust and be daring and understand that a soul-led life, a soul-led experiencing of life, creating of life, whether we're running a business, running a home, running any aspect of ourselves, creating this life ourselves from a soul-led perspective brings us truly into alignment with the greatness and the possibility in this experience of being. So maybe what we'll do next time is we'll talk a little bit more about how we can tune in to those messages, and we'll see where we go next. But for now, huge love. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll speak to you soon.